students, a very good morning to one and all present here. Students, myself Priyanka Joshi, your science teacher. So let's continue with our second lecture of chapter 5th, that is acid, bases and salt. We have started this chapter in our previous lecture, and in that we discuss about the acids, bases and the indicators, and somewhat about the pH scale also. So students, have a quick revision of the previous lecture. So acids, what are the acids? Acids are those substances which are sour in taste. Clear? They form H plus ions. Clear? They are corrosive in nature. They react with metal. Clear? And next is the base. What are the bases? They are bitter in taste. They form sourish negative ions. When we touch the bases, we feel the soapy appearances. This is all about the base. And the next one is the indicator. Indicators are those substances through which we determine the acids and the bases. It means with the help of the indicators, we are able to identify which one is the acid and which one is the basis. So in that we have discussed, we have talked about some natural indicators. Natural indicators are turmeric, China rose, the petals of the China rose, that is also known as hibiscus, and the most popular one, litmus paper. It is also present in the form of solution also, and it is also present in the paper strips. Clear, students? So next, this is all about the previous lecture. Clear? So acids turns blue litmus to red. Blue to red. Clear? Whereas the bases, when we identify the base, when we test the base with the help of the litmus paper, it turns red to blue. This is the identification. And some substances are neither acidic nor basic. There are some substances that are neither acidic nor basic. Those substances are known as neutral substances. That are the neutral substances. Clear? And the pH of these neutral substances is 7. Clear? The pH of the neutral substances is 7. Here, see the pH of the substances. Clear? How these substances are identified with the help of the pH scale. Suppose let's take, this is the pH scale. Clear? This one is the neutral at the center, 7. Here the neutral substance is present. You can see the water, distilled water is present here, and it ranges from 1 to 14, or you can say 0 to 14. Clear? So before the 7, clear? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So 6.1, 6.2, 6.3. These all are acid. These all are acids. And lower the pH. Okay? Lower the pH, higher is the acidic medium. Clear? So lower the pH. Here the lemon is present at the pH of 2. So जब जितना pH लो कम होगा, उतना ही substance क्या होगा? Acidic होगा. Clear? And before the 7, there is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Clear? So these substances are bases. Here the bases are present. So you can see higher the pH, more bases are present. There will be more bases. Clear? And in this way you can categorize the acids and the bases, and you can identify what are the strong acids and what are the weak acids, what are the strong bases and what are the strong weak bases. So here the substances are present between these whose pH is lower. These are the strong acids. Clear? These are the strong acid. And whose pH is 6? Whose pH is 6.1, 6.2, 6.3, 6.9? They are the weak acids. Clear? And before that, whose pH is 7.1, 7.2, 8, 9? They are the weak bases. Clear? In the same way, the pH level increases, the bases increases. Clear? So the high base, the pH of 14, the base which have the 14 pH is strong base. So in this way you can identify the pH of the acids. Clear? So this is all about the pH scale. So students, today we are going to discuss about the topic that is neutralization. Neutralization. So what is neutralization? Neutralization is the reaction between the acid and the base. Clear? It is the reaction between the acid and the base. This is the neutralization, and when the acid and base are reacted, they form the salt and water. You can take example of this. Suppose sodium hydroxide. Clear? We can take example of sodium hydroxide. Sodium hydroxide. This is a base. NaOH is the formula of sodium hydroxide, and this is the base. When it reacts with hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid. Clear? What is hydrochloric acid? The formula of hydrochloric acid is HCl. It is acid. So the reaction between base and the acid. Then what we get? We get the salt, that is sodium chloride. Clear? Sodium chloride. The formula of sodium chloride in NaCl, that is the salt, plus water. We will get water. The formula of water is H2O, and heat is also released. So this is the reaction of neutralization. The reaction between the base and the acid, and we will get the salt and water. This is the neutralization. Clear?
Now students, in this image here is the properties of acids and bases. So let's see what are the properties of acids. Acids are taste sour and bases taste bitter. In acids we do not feel slippery, whereas in bases we feel slippery, or you can say soapy appearance. pH is lesser than 7, whereas in case pH is greater than 7. Now acids releases hydrogen ions in aqueous solution, whereas bases releases hydroxide ion in aqueous solution. Acids corrode metals. Bases do not corrode metals. Acid react with metal to produce a compound and hydrogen gas, whereas bases do not react with metals to produce a compound and hydrogen gas. When we test the acid with the help of the litmus paper turns red from blue, and in base the litmus paper turns into the blue. So these are the some properties of acids and bases along with the differences between them.
Now we will understand the acid base identification with the help of the video, with the help of some test. In that we use the litmus paper, or you can say China rose petals also, for the identification of the acid and base, and we can use them as a indicator. So we have studied this with the help of a video. So please watch these videos very carefully. Clear?
The naturally occurring indicators are turmeric, litmus, China rose petals, that is also known as hibiscus. These are the indicators which help in identification of acid base. So let us see how turmeric helps in the identification of acid and the base. Now, before watching the video of the turmeric test as an acid base indicator, see this figure where the litmus paper is used for acid bases test. Here in this figure, there are two beakers present. In the first beaker, there is acid present, and in the second one base is present. When we put the blue litmus paper in the acidic medium, or we can say the beaker in which the acid is present, so the blue litmus turns or changes its color into the red. So this indicates the presence of the acid. Now see in the second figure, the beaker contains the basic solution. When we put red litmus to it, its color changes into the blue. So this indicates the presence of base in it. This is the test with the help of the litmus paper. Now watch the video of turmeric test.
Ocean blue, I came home for you. Cut my hair in the dress that you wear.
student, this is all about the today's lecture. I hope you all understand this very well. If you have any confusion, so please feel free to ask me. Okay, thank you so much.